Greetings, royal family. Thanks for clicking on the video and welcome back. So we're on episode 2 of BET Presents The Encore, okay? And I see where y'all going with this. And I don't like it. I was excited. I was overtaken by nostalgia, a little bit of shade. And here y'all are messing it up in episode 2. I see where this is going. So either one of two things is true, in my opinion, with this show, right? I mean, I'm still gonna watch. I'm just being dramatic. Either they are leaving out footage of these women actually writing and I should say recording music, and highlighting drama only for views. Yes, I know it's episode 2, but you have 30 days. They have 30 days to create an album. We don't know if it's one group, two groups, 3 groups, 4. So like I said, it's either one of two things. One, they're leaving out the footage of these women actually working on the group project or the album, right? Or there's not going to be an album recorded and all of the viewers are being played. So right now on episode 2, that's my... Those are my 2 theories. It's subject to change. It is subject to change based on what happens going forward, right? So why am I saying this? Again, day 2, right? Episode 2, day 2, out of the 30 days that they have to record an album, and not one person that we've seen, okay? They may, how these reality TV shows work. I can only critique what is shown, right? Not one person has written and completed a song. I'm pretty sure Cherish probably have a couple of songs, under their armpits. Who knows? They're such perfectionists, especially that Fallon, that she's going to come to the table with her ish in order. I don't doubt it for 1 second, right? The ladies, they did lay down some vocals for this little bootleg reggae song. And yes, I am a Jamaican. I'm a Caribbean woman, so I can say bootleg song. Reggae is subject to interpretation these days, child. They can't even get a real Jamaican person to play a Jamaican person in some of these movies. Sidebar, I hate Cool Runnings, and I'm going to express that for the rest of my life. Anywho, so the ladies, they lay down, some vocals for this quote-unquote reggae song, that just seems staged and fake, right? It just seemed fake. And none of the ladies, I find it hard to believe that none of you know how to write. Y'all can't write a hook. Y'all can't put together a melody. I mean, you're just relying on these 2 gentlemen. One is a producer, vocal, whatever he is. I have no idea who he is. I don't really care. No disrespect. I mean that respectfully. You're relying on him to put together the song. Like, you ladies don't know how to write. This is why I'm leaning towards my second assumption that we the viewers, we ain't getting no album. Ain't no album coming out. Ain't this whole stage thing is fake. Probably to jumpstart the careers of the lady. They probably going to individually have songs streaming on, music platforms, which is not necessarily a bad thing if that takes place, right? But I don't know. Episode 2 really just kind of it turned me off, and it made me say to myself, it's too many gimmicks, right? Now, speaking of gimmicks, this Queen for a Day foolishness is whack. I think it's extremely whack, and this lets me know that this is not the show that I thought that it would be. I'm just so disappointed. And like I said, maybe I'm being extra dramatic. Look at Sita, y'all. Okay, Sita got a BBL. Sita is snatched. So Sita is the one that lets the ladies know that there's going to be some sort of queen for a day. When Sita was mentioning structure needs to be in the house, I said to myself, right, they need like a house mother or something, right? To keep the peace. No, they had this queen for a day. So I said, okay, queen for a day, somebody who can call shots. I think they said the person can't be kicked out of the house. And I said, wait, is this Survivor? Is this an eliminate? What's happening here? Right? It just turned me off. It really did. I just feel like this role of queen for a day serves no purpose other than to fuel drama and possibly cause even more division, right? And then when I learned that it's going to be a rotating role, I just said, yeah, this is gimmicky. This is gimmicky. Y'all too old for these gimmicks and these shenanigans, okay? That's not the picture that I wanted to put up here. But let me see if I can find. I'm going to move on to Pam next. Miss Pam. Oh, boy. Um, I don't know, sis. I don't know what to say because I cannot tell someone how to feel. I can't tell someone how to believe. If your beliefs don't line up with mine, if it's not that severe and it's not going to impede my life, you can think what you want to think, honey. I don't care. I really don't care. And I mean that in a respectful way when I say I don't care. I don't think about these things, or it's not going to change anything, right? Pam's religious beliefs don't offend me because at the end of the day, that's her walk with God. That is her testimony that she tells. It's her life. It's her experience. It's her salvation. I don't think that Pam was being offensive to anyone. I don't think so. But again, I'm one person. Somebody could be standing next to me right now, and Leroy could straight up say, I was totally offended. That's how you feel. Okay. But it's my critique, my review. I can't even see how it would be offensive. I'm going to be honest with you. I personally don't see how what Pam said can be taken as an offense to somebody else when Pam was very adamant about saying me, I, me, I, me. She never once said these group of people are going to face damnation, fire, but she talked about herself and herself only. As far as the queen for a day, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. So Pam was all the ladies have to vote for who they think the queen for a day or whatever, the queen for a week, whatever the heck the role is. I do think that Pam was the right person for the queen for a day week. But again, I realized that this is going to be a rotating role. And that's when I just lost all interest. I thought it was like, oh, okay, that's stupid. Because Pam comes across as the voice of reason, right? We saw that she does not want to have any conflict with anybody in episode 1. So she prayed for people, and she seemed to kind of have she seemed to have an inviting disposition, as long as you don't get too close. Woo. And she seemed like the least emotional, right? So I said, okay, well, Pam could be like the overseer or what have you. She said God brought her there for a reason. But like I said, I learned that it was a rotating role, and it was like, this is going to be just feeding people's egos and triggering people's insecurities. I can't. So Aubrey was leaning on Pam. So a couple of the ladies were sitting around talking. 2 of them were Aubrey and Pam. And then I forgot whoever else was in the room. I think Keely was there as well. And the Cherish twins, I think. Yeah, because Nivea, Shamari, Lamisha, and Irish, they kind of stick to themselves. They kind of stick together or whatever. Anyway, Aubrey leaned on Pam. Pam's sitting on the couch. Aubrey's sitting on the floor next to Pam. And she leaned like she had her elbow on Pam's knee, you know what I'm saying? Just leaning, and Aubrey's just listening, and everybody's talking. I think they were talking, I don't know what the heck they were talking about. And Pam, after the meeting, Pam let some of the ladies, or the ladies that were in the room, know that she is serious about her space and that she is concerned about the perception that people may have about her, being that she used to be in relationships with women. And she said that God delivered her from that. All right. Right? So after she left, she went upstairs and she told the other ladies the same thing. And the ladies were like, yeah, you have every right to feel how you want to feel. Like, it's your space. It's this, that. And, she was very respectful to Aubrey. She said, Aubrey, this is not, please, I don't want you to take it personal. I don't mean any disrespect toward you at all. You know what I'm trying to say? You didn't do nothing wrong. Aubrey was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. She said, no, you didn't do anything wrong. This is me. It's me. Aubrey didn't seem to take offense to it. But of course, Keely did. Like, what girl? She is so irritating. And I want her gone immediately. Anyway, let's shift gears. Lamisha. Ma'am, that is the other singer from 702. Lamisha and Irish. Are they sisters? They're sisters, right? Anyway. So Lamisha from 702. Sis, we get it. Okay? We get it, big cousin. Okay? You don't like the Cherish twins talking about your age. We get it. Okay? Ma'am, and I mean that respectfully, ma'am, Can you please assist your sister with some vocal exercises? And can y'all practice some choreo and put together some bops or something? I don't want to keep hearing her complain about the Cherish sisters who she overheard talking ish about her. So what? This is why I don't think that there's going to be no album, y'all. I think this is all a hoax. Ma'am, help your sister out. Practice some vocals. Can you woo, 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 something? Okay? Why do you, like, the Cherish twins are going to talk trash about you whether you hear it or not. Who cares? Lamisha is tired. She's tired of the ageist comments. You know, she's probably feeling a little bit intimidated and possibly overwhelmed. We don't know what's going on with her personally, right? But I really wish that you would talk about it maybe to somebody who actually cares, because these Cherish twins, they don't care. They're here for must-see TV, for the drama, probably a check, and they probably got new music coming out. Miss Lamisha, I think you should try. Man, why don't you have a conversation with Pam and let Pam minister to you? And I mean that respectfully. You never know. And you got to get it out, Lamisha, because music has to be recorded. You and your sister are a little shaky vocally. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. But if every episode you are going to be talking about, and again, I'm so dramatic because we're only on episode 2, you're going to be talking about what the Cherish twins said behind your back. Who gives a bleep? They were smart enough to say it behind your back, sis. What you going to do, beat them up? You're not going to make them stop talking. I don't know. Everyone handles things differently. And again, we don't know what Lamisha is going through. I remember it came back to my memory after I recorded episode 1 that Lamisha had gone through a lot with her husband. I've talked about it on the channel. I did a video about it. I can't even find it to pin it. I might try to find it and pin it in here. Anyway, but she and her husband were going through a whole bunch of trials and tribulations. And it dawned on me that that's her. And at one point I think she was homeless, and her husband allegedly put her out of the house. It was a mess. It was a whole bunch of mess. So we don't know. Everything seems to be cool now because she was on the phone with her husband in the first episode, right? So we don't know what someone is going through. And I mean, that criticism that I'm giving it in the most respectful way possible. Now, when Irish was in the booth laying vocals for this Jafakin song, no, I'm kidding, for this so-called reggae song, which they didn't let us hear too much of, Fallon took it upon herself to go inside the booth to kind of give her some advice about how to express herself vocally, because Irish is so nervous. You could hear her nerves all in her throat. See, they need me on that show. I vocal coach some of the best, some of the greats, you know? No, but the advice that Fallon gave her was sound advice, but in her confessional, Irish was like, oh, I was around longer than you. See, this is the problem. Ego and insecurity. And it makes for good dramatic television, but is it going to get you anywhere if you can't put your ego and your insecurity to the left and take constructive criticism and not be intimidated and not feel like, oh, my age and this and that, whether someone's making a big deal about it or not? But Fallon gave Irish, she gave her advice. I mean, it wasn't, she wasn't no vocal coach to the stars type of advice, because you should have stayed in there and help her breathe from her diaphragm and expel, the sound that needed to be given, right? But Irish, you could have used the advice. I'm just saying. I just feel like this is not Iyanla's house, and I just thought that the ladies had a job to do. It just seems that everyone is sizing each other up. You know who I like? Shamari. I mean, I like all the ladies except for Keely. Can't stand her at all. And I don't like neither one of the Cherish twins, and I'm not changing my mind. Nivea is me. Nivea's like, oh, this coffee is so good. Okay, Nivea wants to know where all the snacks are. Now, when Nivea goes in the booth, she does what needs to be done, and then she sits down and minds her business. I'm here for it. Shamari, these confessional looks, keep up the good work. She looks amazing. And Shamari has the strong vocals as well. Isn't it interesting that a lot of the girls Well, no, because Fallon can sing too. I was gonna say a lot of the girls that have the strong vocals aren't really in mess, but Fallon can sing. Felicia can sing as well. I mean, they're all right. They don't move me, you know. They ain't moving mountains for me over here. But I don't know. I just, they lost me with this queen for a day crap. Queen for a week. It's gimmicky. It's so gimmicky. Anyway, so the Cherish twins. Moving on to them. Do I have their picture here? Let me get Pam up off of here. Hold on, y'all. Child, we'll just go to this picture. I don't feel like putting up the Cherish twins. Oh, here they go. So the Cherish twins, I just want them to shut up before someone shuts them up. That's pretty much it. And that's pretty much all. I feel like they just do too much. Like it's pointless. We don't care. We don't care about your accolades. That's all I got to say. Moving along, Aubrey. First of all, where did Aubrey get poster board and glue from? Okay. Aubrey got her arts and crafts on. She took the initiative. You know, it seems like she took the initiative. Anybody who does anything at this point is taking the initiative, you know, and it was productive. So she made use of her time. I'm not trying to shade Aubrey. I actually like her so far on the show, right? So she took the initiative to create some visuals and some direction, you know, for the groups, because it's unknown if there is going to be one big group or if they're going to be two separate groups. We still don't know, right? So she, you know, she put together some visuals and all the girls were bigging her up. They're like, oh yeah, Aubrey, I like that, you know, because they can actually see something. And Keely and her shady self says, oh, finally, somebody did something. Keely, isn't that your, I thought you was, what was she? Artist development? What are you? You the janitor? We don't know what Keely's role is, you know, and Aubrey was offended by that. First of all, I would have been offended as well, because yes, I'm putting together poster boards and cutting out visuals and Elmer's glue everywhere, all that stuff. And it's more than you have done in the 2 days that we've been in the house. So how dare you try to be condescending to me? Okay, you didn't glue nothing. You didn't cut out nothing. Okay, you didn't print nothing or paste nothing. So give Aubrey her flowers. All right, let's give Aubrey her flowers. Now, Miss Keely, I couldn't stand her back in the day, and my feelings remain the same, period, right? I'm convinced that she's been placed in this house to cause nothing but chaos, okay? Keely, she called Pam homophobic, okay? So the queen has the ability to hold courts, to hold like a meeting. And Keely took it upon herself to call Pam homophobic. Shout out to Pam for keeping her composure while Keely embarrassed herself, because Pam was just sitting there. Her body language was she wasn't moved. It's almost as if, girl, come, the devil tried to take me up out of here so you could give it your best shot, okay? And you ain't as powerful as the devil. You know what I'm trying to say? So give it your best shot. That's how Pam looks sitting there, okay? The Cherish twins actually called Keely out on her strong accusations, and I was totally here for it. I like the fact that they told Keely that she was basically a troublemaker, okay, and two-faced, a two-faced beep. I wholeheartedly agree. So I'm convinced that Keely was placed here to cause chaos and then try to play the victim, okay? Keely tried to get Aubrey to co-sign her argument, and she was left hanging. Aubrey ain't getting in the middle of that after she done cut out, copied and pasted, and put together her cute little poster board presentation. No, ma'am. She's on everybody's good side, and she's trying to stay there. So Keely and her fake tears, they just don't move me one bit. It's like you don't want to be in the group. Lamisha brought this up, and Irish did as well. Like, you're taking up space for a potential person who could be getting that attention or that extra vocal attention or whatever. You know, you don't want to be in the group, but you doing choreo, recording vocals for this little piece of song, and she sounded a mess. She really thought she did something when she was on that mic. She sounded a hot mess with her head tilted to the side like she was killing it, a mess. And I don't think that they should be consuming alcohol either. That's just my opinion. One, because it's harmful, you know, to your vocals. Especially wine, you know, produces a lot of phlegm and mucus. But Keely, you ain't got the word, girl, because they could clear all the mucus out. You would still sound a hot mess. And two, I think that it's going to cause some people to act a fool. And I'm referring to Keely. She's a fool without the spirit. So I don't think that they need to add any alcohol, low or high percentage of, to this mix. I just don't. So she's crying, and they're like, "Oh, we can't gang up on her." And the one of the church twins said, "I know how it felt when we got here. We were ganged up on." No. You weren't ganged up on. You got checked by everybody. There's a difference. Your mouth got you in trouble, and you threw a temper tantrum wanting to leave, thinking that someone was going to chase after you, and no one did. They didn't care, actually. But get Keely out of here, and get her out of here now. She's a waste of space in the house, that is. I don't mean in her life. I don't know her personally. I can't attest to that. But she's a waste of space. So, girl, you got to go. You got to go, girl. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know you. I don't want to hear you. Okay. And somehow she's making my light bill go up every week. I don't even know how. Okay. I'm over it. So I want Keely gone. And at this time, what I would like to do is, if you've been watching my reviews, then I like to search the hashtags on Twitter, right? So for some of my favorite shows, what ends up happening is, get her off the screen, please. Please. Thank you. Ugh. Anywho, so I search the hashtag, or I follow the hashtag whenever the show is airing, hashtag the Encore BET, right? And this is where people who are just as messy as some of us viewers, right? Fun shade, right? It's all fun shade. Post some of their feelings on Twitter with this hashtag, okay? So I like this little segment that I added to the reviews. So this is interesting. So someone posted, Nivea is hilarious. I love her. I wholeheartedly agree. Nivea is mood all day. Nivea don't want no problems. Nivea vocals is she doing her thing, and she's just gonna be comfortable, drama free. She ain't got time for that. Keely think that voice helps with morale. That's shady. Oh my God. I would have loved to see Zanique and Baja Rodriguez from the OMG Girls on this BET, the Encore show. How do y'all feel about that? What's her name from the OMG Girls? Y'all think, yeah, no? You know who I want to see? Who I wanted to see? Child, she would have turned this house out. What's her name? Tiara Marie. Because Tiara Marie can sing. I don't know if people realize that or if people don't care, but Tiara Marie definitely can sing. And honey, she would have got Miss Fallon together, but they're probably friends though. I don't think anybody would have been messing with Tiara Marie. Anyway, someone else posted, wait, WTF is going on with Pam? I need understanding. Was she saying Aubrey was tempting her or something? Now see, I oftentimes say, I'm wrapping this up soon, y'all. Sometimes when people get to explaining stuff, they confuse people. They make things worse for themselves. Ma'am, I don't know. I think that's a conversation that she could have just had. I'm not against Pam speaking up for herself, quote unquote. She felt that that's what she needed to do, or that's what it was in the moment. You could have pulled Aubrey aside. I don't know if I don't know if Pam meant any harm. I don't know. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes people can be like, "Oh, I'm so positive," but still they could be full of bleep and phony. Not saying that that's what Pam is, but I guess only time will tell on the show. But I think that that's something that she could have pulled Aubrey aside. I'm not saying she should have let the arm stay there, but she did actually, because they were finished with their meeting, and at the end of the little meeting, that's when she said something. So I don't know. You don't know if Aubrey was embarrassed by that. Aubrey's personality, she ain't embarrassed. But still, like, you could have pulled her aside to say that, I think, as not to embarrass her. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. So, again, never mind. LMFAO. Why Keely doing all of this? The shenanigans are getting to me. Me too. Same person posted, not Irish. Don't be acting like you don't need no advice in that studio. All right, this person posted, so Aubrey put her hand/arm on Pam's leg and Pam got moist. Then Pam got uncomfortable, which caused Pam to announce that she isn't a lesbian anymore. Baby. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. This concludes this. Ooh, that is shady. This concludes this review of BET Presents The Encore. I'm signing off for now, Royal Family. And as always, until next time, peace out. Okay, I can't even sing it. Bye.